Ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, you're watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. It's time for WWE Evolve Event Center, where wrestling action involves the WWE ID prospects, the PC prospects, and indie wrestlers from all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, and here's the man to bring you the wrestling report and action from the WWE Evolve Event Center, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello. Episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode number 2512, ladies and gentlemen, as we are heading up into the first week of September, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going, everybody? Hope everyone had a great August. My August was pretty bad, but not super bad, but yeah, it's, like too many things happening, and it's like, ew, what do you do? You know what I mean? But I'm glad August is over. September is here. I'm going to talk about the first WWE Evolve Event Center for September 2025. Now, I almost I almost delayed Evolve because of the fact that Evolve was delayed by Tubi somehow. I don't know, like a 10-minute delay, 15-minute delay. Something must have happened for that to happen. I think I have a theory on this because before now, as you know, as of these videos were taped before the actual date, that is today. So these were earlier tapings. Now, way earlier tapings because two of the wrestlers from Evolve are involved in Knox Pro, and Knox Pro was the place where the Raja Jackson incident happened, unfortunately. So, but due to that as well, because of the involvement with some of the wrestlers, I believe Ice Williams, Jordan Oasis, and Aaron Roberts, who were under the WWE ID program, got released, and as a result, the WWE cut ties with Knox Pro because the Raja situation could, legalities could get involved, WWE could get involved, and the WWE right now does not want that. So unfortunately, that is the way it is. So I'm thinking that somebody is trying to protest airing. Or trying to prevent Tubi from airing the September 3rd episode of Evolve because of two of the wrestlers involved. Now, one wrestler was involved on the show. That would be Ice Williams. So could be some petty people behind the scenes. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm taking it. It's just a theory. I'm just throwing that theory around. I don't know if it's true or not. We shall see. We shall see when the official report comes and confirms other stuff than what I just said. I don't know if that was the case, but so there's that. Okay. So because WWE ID Showcase, Super Sean Legacy went up against Ice Williams, and heck of a match between these two, and Legacy ends up winning the matchup. Chewy Martinez interviewed Legacy after the match was over, and Sean Legacy wants and says that he would like to be the number one contender to Drax Drake's Evolve Championship. And I know Stevie Turner would be yet to name a number one contender for that championship. But then Idris Enofe interrupts him, and Idris Enofe looks like I don't know what the heck he was wearing, but I don't know why kids in their crazy fashions nowadays, man. I'm just a plain t-shirt and jeans or t-shirt and shorts kind of guy. When it comes to the summer, the fall, I'd be more like a sweatshirt and jeans kind of guy. I don't go all these crazy outfits, man, I probably look ugly in some of these crazy outfits. They're going to say, what the heck are you looking like? I can imagine getting roasted if I did that. But be that as it may, however, be it as it may, however, and interrupts Legacy, and then a little pushing and shoving between the two before security had to step in and make sure nothing else happens. Kylie Ray addresses Chantel Monroe, and then she addresses Mason Holiday, who she faced one-on-one. Well, the Vanity Project was talking about and poking fun at who would be the number one contender for Jackson Drake's Evolve Championship. I'm telling you what, them kids want to keep running their mouths, and Callie Armstrong interrupts them, and then Zeta Steel got into Callie Armstrong's face. So there's that. Kylie Ray went one-on-one with Mason Holiday. Heck of a matchup, but Kylie Ray did win by submission. So, and then the two shook hands afterwards and showed some respect. Meanwhile, Chewy Martinez interviewed the newcomers, Jax Presley and Harley Riggins. And will be making their debut against Adrenaline Drip. Meanwhile, Tate Wilder was talking to Draco Knox, who informed about Rich Holland talking smack, and Tate Wilder goes, "I'm sick and tired of knocking. I'm going to go after." And they said, "You'll go get him." So Adrenaline Drip went up against the debuting team of Presley and Riggins, and it's Gal and Jamar Hempton were addressing the match. So in the locker room, in the end, Presley and Riggins did pick up a huge victory over Adrenaline Drip in their in-ring debut matchup. So congratulations to Presley and Higgins. Meanwhile, Stevie Turner addresses the number one contender situation. But who should we choose as her next challenge? As the next challenge for Jackson Drake for the Evolve Championship? I said Jason Drake. Why did I say Jason Drake? I don't know. Jackson Drake. Keanu Carver comes out. You know how he felt about the WWE ID prospects and all. He says, Stevie Turner, make me the number one contender. And then Brooks Jensen comes out and says, if anybody wants to take that title from you, I'll be the number one contender. And then Ridge Holland was about to throw his name into the number one contendership hat. But Tate Wilder started blindsided Ridge Holland, and those two went at it and brawled to the back. Then Jackson Drake was talking. He said, I could beat anybody. And then Bryce Donovan, he may be big and strong, but he's got a big mouth that gets him into trouble. Gets this team into trouble. He goes, well, Jackson Drake's the best Evolved champion. He can beat Keanu Carver, and he can beat Brooks Jensen. And then Stevie Turner goes, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm making this a triple threat match. And they're all yelling at Bryce Donovan, what are you doing, you idiot? They go, you know what? Let's take these guys out and take them out now. So they did that. But then they brawled with the Vanity Project. But then, after the Vanity Project was down, Brooks Jensen grabs Jackson Drake by the throat, Heartbreak Drake, and broke his back through a table. So that was a lot of fun. So I'm like, hey, you know how Bryce Donovan, big and strong and smart. I think Roddy Piper once said this about Andre the Giant on Piper's Pit. Big, strong guy with little teeny tiny brain. It was like Jackson Drake took his lima bean brain, put it on a race car bed, threw it in reverse, and ran into a brick wall. He's lost his mind. So, but then he kind of made up for you. Try to take out both Keanu Carver and Brooks Jensen. And then the match is going to happen next week for the Evolve Championship. You're going to have two big, ticked-off individuals. And Jackson Drake is going to end up in a gurney when all is said and done. He'll be resembling Beetle Bailey after he gets beat up by Sarge and Snorkel. You know what I mean? Seriously. Oh my gosh, Jackson Drake, what a dummy he is. Well, Jackson Drake, good luck for you. Well, the good news is for Jackson Drake, it's no disqualification in a triple threat match. So the Vanity Project can get involved again if they want to. So, unless Stevie Turner says they're all banned from ringside. So that could be the only thing that could go against Jackson Drake if Vanity Project's not there, because there is no disqualification in a triple threat match. So we soon shall see what happens in that situation. Well, that is it for episode 2512 of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. Thank you for tuning in. And next episode will be 2513, AEW Dynamite, again at the 2300 Arena for the second week in a row. They like it there? So I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day. And until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and Do It for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.